Hey boys, welcome to another episode of Barstool Bitcoin. This is episode number 4. I'm on the line with co-host Big Wilesy. How you doing, bud?
Good. What's up, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Well, first thing is first, I think we left off the last episode with low or high on Bitcoin. I think you took that from me last week, but we got that huge pump today, so I don't know if it counts. Am I over or under?
You lost, bud. You lost. I took that one. We should have made predictions last week as well. We'll
Yeah.
continue to stick to our predictions here so we could get a little rivalry going. But good news for all of crypto. Everything looks pretty green. Bitcoin up almost 10% on the 24-hour. BTC
Yeah.
dominance about 42% and 293 billion total market cap. So looking pretty good. We got some more money coming in, huh?
Yep, we're almost over 300 billion. We're working our way slowly back up. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about Bitcoin again. I'm not sure if it's just going to be for a little bit and then we get a slam back down and everybody gets depressed again, or if this is the reversal. I'm seeing some pretty big Twitter names calling it the reversal and coming back to our way to 8K and then 10K. What do you think about that? Do you think
Uh,
this
I,
is just maybe a
I,
trap?
I think they're shilling like I don't even know if that's possible if you could shill Bitcoin just with a tweet, but I think that we're not out of the bear market. This is definitely a bull trap. Like, yeah, we hit above 7K Bitcoin, but we're looking at the graph just earlier before starting to record the show, and it's a straight candle up. It's not going to continue, I don't think. My opinion is, I mean, I guess now is as good a time as any. What's your prediction for the 1 week? Well, are you saying over or under? Let's see, what's the exact price that we're doing this at right
um,
now? I'm seeing 7369 on TradingView. So
6-9. Let's do it.
what are you giving it? Over or under? I'll since I had the advantage the last time, I'll give my pick first this time, and you can go afterwards. I'm gonna say in a week we're definitely gonna be under. We're gonna probably be hovering back around
Are
6,500 is my guess. So
you
I'm
just
going
saying that
under.
because of your short?
Maybe, but no, that's what I actually believe, despite the fact that I just put in a short position this morning and right before this huge green candle. Um, I really believe it. I think that we're still a couple months away from pulling together any type of big bull run. So we might see it tip up to like 77, 7,800, but then I think we're going to come back down to like 5K, and that would be a great buy zone for anybody listening to this call, to hop in like somewhere between 5 and 6K.
Yeah, I think that it's going to be over 8K. Hopefully, we hit like 8K in the high sevens, like you said. Then maybe you can take some profits there. We come back down. I don't know. I don't think we're just finished yet. I think you're right. We're going to see a bit more downward momentum. But if you haven't yet, I suggest to invest when it does get to those levels or start putting some money into Bitcoin because Charlie Lee, if you guys don't know, the LTC founder, Litecoin, said just recently that there will be almost 21 million Bitcoins in existence, but there isn't even enough Bitcoin to go around for every millionaire to own some. So before you start buying any other altcoin, and he even says Litecoin included, try to at least accumulate one Bitcoin first before you buy any other Litecoins. You want one Bitcoin and then invest into any other shitcoin he actually said you want after that. So you
Hmm.
heard it from him.
Yeah, and
If you
Charlie
don't
Lee's making
already,
moves right now. Litecoin just acquired a stake in a German bank. I don't know if you saw that, along with Litecoin and another coin. I can't remember which one it is. Like token pay or something like that. They
Yeah, I
they
think Token
acquired.
Pay is a processing coin too, so that would make sense. That
Yeah,
would
they
make
both
sense.
acquired like just under 10% stake in the bank, 9.9%. So pretty big moves by Charlie Lee.
Nice.
And he did say that they didn't pay any cash for it. So I'm assuming that they accepted token.
Yeah, well, we want these huge partnerships with banks and these regulations to come through. We were talking about Coinbase, and Coinbase got their regulatory approval, and they get to go ahead and list their crypto assets with the securities labels. So they're doing some rapid progression towards their, goals, and that's kind
Definitely.
of. Um, and I think when they did release their um, accredited investor fund, they said that it would unlock $10 billion, and that was just a week or two ago, and now we're seeing 20-30 billion dollars into the market the last few days. I'm not saying it's from Coinbase itself, but you're seeing so much moves. Even with Japan, they opened their first bank-owned cryptocurrency exchange, and MasterCard won their patent for speeding up crypto payments. So they're gonna. I read that they're gonna have an app which, when you get cryptocurrency, it'll convert it into fiat automatically. So I think that's what a lot of
MasterCard
people
patented that.
patented that. Yeah, I think they won it, and now they're working on, I guess, putting
Cool.
the technology together. So they're saying that when you're sending crypto payments, it's taking forever, 10-20 minutes to actually confirm the transaction if you're using Bitcoin, where like if you were to use a MasterCard, it would happen right away. So they're going to try and speed that up.
Yeah, Coinbase is definitely making moves. They're
For
leading the
Yeah.
way. They're working with the SEC and making sure they stay compliant. I mean, it's a San Francisco-based company after all, so they have to definitely abide by the rules here and tread cautiously. But they've been scaling really quickly. They announced they're adding like five new coins. So they published that on their blog. I don't think they've added them. I know two of them were Cardano and Stellar. They decided to add,
Nice.
but they're still negotiating with the banks and the regulators to add the assets to as many jurisdictions as possible so you can actually purchase them and trade them on there. But I mean, if you look at past history of what they've done, I don't know if you remember when they added Ethereum Classic to the platform, it surged by it surged by more than 25%.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I actually got some Litecoin before I heard the rumor they were putting it on to Coinbase, and it was maybe like $20, and it shot up to like $40. So it did 100%, and anything that gets added to Coinbase is gonna fucking do really well. So if you get
yeah,
the
they
drop,
crush it.
please share, and then definitely get in on that before it hits Coinbase.
Yeah, if you guys got some info, if you're out there listening, saying, we can definitely all benefit from a trade like this, feel free, hop in our Discord. We'll leave a link to our Discord in the show notes here, so you could hop in. It's absolutely free. And just let the peeps know, spread the love. Let's all
Mm-hmm. Yep.
chill
Yep.
together.
Let's get it.
So, in other news, HTC, the phone company, they've been at the kind of forefront of tech innovation recently. They have a VR headset or device, however you want to call it, that has been making its way more mainstream. But they announced that they're launching a new phone that's going to come with and support a crypto wallet and also come with
Wow.
crypto kitties. So yeah, I mean, which is built on ERC20, I believe. On it's a DApp, right, on Ethereum.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's pretty cool. I think that'll be good for crypto in general. We're seeing like a lot of positive news lately. You think that's responsible for this bull? This little bit of this green candle
Yeah,
is good growth here.
Yeah, there's a lot of positive news from multiple billionaires joining crypto hedge funds, and from crypto and regulatories in countries working together, and Coinbase taking massive action too, like we touched on. I think that it is definitely a great factor for Bitcoin as well. I'm more of a technical analysis guy as well. So there was a pretty sexy inverse head and shoulders that was spotted on Bitcoin, and the break on that was 6,800, and you could just draw a line perfectly, and you could see that line just crush the neckline and just shoot
Mm-hmm.
out. So that inverse head and shoulders was played out perfectly. So regardless, if you're a technical analysis guy, you're not really looking at news. You don't trade news. You just look at the charts. So all that news is an addition. It may push it there faster, but just looking at the chart with that inverse head and shoulders and a couple other indicators, you could kind of see that it was trying to break out of there and shoot up, and that's what we did. So
Mm-hmm.
I give it to those two factors. I'd say inverse head and shoulders was a pretty big one, and then the news is just an addition, kind of like a pump, like NOS or
Yeah.
something,
Well, we
you
got
know.
some more money in, so either these traders are sitting with cash on the sidelines, or we got new money coming into Bitcoin. But we don't really know at the end of the day, so it is a combination of both. Definitely, as a trader, you want to trade the technicals rather than the news. That would be
Hmm.
pretty pretty dumb idea. Would be to trade the news,
Yeah,
but
you get
it
burned. You get
yeah,
burned.
you know what they say, buy the rumor, sell the news, right? So
Yep,
you
yep.
want to definitely stay away from trading with the news. But a little warning here, there were a lot of scams in 2017. So despite all the good news coming out, there were some revelations that came to the crypto community. There's this advisory firm called Status Group, and they released a study that more than 80% of all ICOs in 2017 were scams.
Yeah,
80%. Just think
I
about
think
that for a minute.
I invested into a scam ICO.
I mean, if you think about that logically, that's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know
It's
if their
crazy.
study is the results are skewed because I mean they are an ICO advisory firm, so this is a pretty newsworthy thing to say, and could drive some business for them. But they released that the total funding of the coins and tokens in 2017 amounted to 11.9 billion, which is
Holy shit.
pretty significant, and 1.34 billion of ICO funding went to scams. So the
Holy
vast
shit.
majority of those were the big ones that we saw. Like Pincoin was 660
Yeah,
million,
yeah.
and Arise Bank.
BitConnect. Well, that wasn't an
BitConnect was
ICO, but
before, yeah.
yeah,
BitConnect
it
was
wasn't an
before.
ICO.
These are just ICOs,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah, bro, these guys are savages. I invested into an ICO maybe like 9 months ago, and when I got onto the website, it was a great idea, great idea. And then I'm looking at the team, and I see like a picture. It says like PayPal CEO, like eBay CEO, like Amazon CEO. Not Amazon. I know, fucking Bezos. So it just
uh,
showed like three. I'm like, wow, this is
Bezos is on their advisory board, huh?
yeah.
He's taking
Some
some time off from being the richest guy in the world to
yeah.
fucking shill a new coin.
Oh, I would have caught it if I saw him there. But anyways, there was like four or five. Oh, and maybe Alibaba as well. So I'm like, okay, this is a strong ass team, and I invested in there. I didn't really do the research, which was dumb of me to be honest. But it was just such a great idea, and it was time to collect the coins. I go back on the website. All the pictures are taken down of all those CEOs, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, that's the one of the reasons I invested into the project, because I'm like, these guys are, heavy hitters, and like, if they're gonna bring this project to succeed. And then I look and I find out that they took the pictures of these guys unwillingly, and I saw that I think it was one of the CFOs or CEOs of PayPal, and he publicly said like he has nothing to do with this ICO, and they just fraudulently used his photo. So I'm like, holy shit, like these tokens are probably worth nothing. And I did sell them for maybe 50% of what I got it for because I just wanted to unload. I didn't want to.
At least you got some volume, but at the same time, it's like kind of scary, right? Because you're selling them at a 50% loss, but people are still buying them. Like,
yeah, true. I didn't think about the people buying them, and that's why like people are just throwing advisors and teams together and just throwing pictures of random ass people, and they're just like manufacturing a super team that you might think or but you have to verify, and that's why like
it's gonna be a lot harder this year.
I would message every advisor just to 100% check like, hey, are you working with these guys? Are they cool? Or did they, just put you up to get that clout or whatever you want to call it?
I mean, that shit's gonna stop this year because it's getting harder and harder. Governments are scrutinizing them. The U.S. rolled out their blockchain fraud task force, whatever they called it, and people are coming after all these scams. There's this big firm called Kaspersky Lab, and they basically, I'm not sure how they went through this all or came up with this figure, but they said at least 10 million in Ethereum was stolen over the last year, just with like phishing tricks and stuff like that, where they send you an email and then if you click the link, it looks like maybe it's your exchange account or something, but the domain's a little skewed. You log in and then it switches you to the real exchange website, and they're just phishing for your data. They found that all these cyber criminals were able to steal more than 21,000 Ether, so that's more than 10 million at the time we're shooting this.
That's crazy.
I mean, at the top, that's more like 25 million. So most of these scammers were singling out people who were interested in ICOs as well, like using fake websites and phishing emails.
There's tons of scammers. Sorry to say, but there's some stupid people out there because now you have like this is trending. People on Twitter in the crypto world like putting in their names like not giving away Ethereum because you have these fake accounts after these guys are tweeting, coming in and posting, we're giving away 5,000 Ethereum. All you have to do is send us 1 to 10 Ethereum and we'll randomly send you more Ethereum. And one of the ones posted, I saw there was an article, and he grabbed about $350,000 in Ether just by posting that reply on Twitter.
Was that the Elon Musk one?
Yeah, that was, and there was so many more after that. I saw tons. There's tons on John McAfee as well.
There's a big one with the Telegram, the founder of Telegram, Durov, I can't remember his first name.
Yeah,
Durov. They're just targeting all these people, and they ran that one while Telegram was like just growing month on month, So it's pretty shady.
Yeah, crazy.
And the fact that it's happening is slightly discouraging, but at the same time, it's best to be aware and to not fall victim to all that.
Yep. There's a lot of scams. Also, lurking in the dark web, there was a crypto betting ring for the World Cup. Shout out to France for winning that. I know we talked about that a little bit. Yeah. There was on the dark web, there was, I think, a Chinese company taking in bets illegally through crypto, and what they were doing was actually rigging it. So they were putting unfair bets, which probably most online betting websites do. That's why I don't bet online at all, because you just never know, to be honest. So these guys were kind of rigging the codes to give them unfair hands and only letting a few certain people win. So they had about 8,000 people as affiliates, and they're getting commission in crypto, sending out this link, basically just stealing people's money because everybody lost. And when they got shut down, they found 1.4 million USD in crypto just from soccer betting, and this was in China.
Damn, that's That's crazy. I mean, the best way to do that would be with crypto, right? Because then they're just off. Did they find them?
Yeah, they shut them down because of the bogus coding they had. They were just intentionally
But they
people
shut
were
them
just losing
down,
their
or they
people's
actually
money.
caught them?
They shut them down and caught them. They seized
Okay,
the
good,
crypto.
good,
They
good.
see good. They seized the crypto and the money. They had about $800,000 and 1.4 million in crypto through it, which is fucking crazy.
Wow.
Good thing they got shut down for stealing people's money. Have you looked at any coins or ICOs that have caught your eye in the last week?
Mainly, I was just in the last day. I was looking at Monero. It got like a really solid pump. So I'm gonna wait for it to correct, and then I'm going to definitely accumulate some more Monero and dollar cost average.
Hmm.
And other than that, I think I was mainly looking at Tezos and Binance Coin to see what they would do from there. Binance Coin is at a pretty good level and it's been pretty steady, but at the same time, I still think we're gonna bleed a little bit from here, and I'm not buying just yet.
Yeah.
How about you? What are you looking at?
I saw, I did a video for our VIP. I saw a coin that caught my eye. It was Smart Cash. Um, just the pricing opportunity and the rewards it gives. I'll go a little bit into it. So Smart Cash, you can set up a masternode, and I'm not going to go into what a masternode is because I don't want to bore everybody, but you can just check that on Google or check out our videos on YouTube. So you need 10,000 coins for a masternode, and that'll give you about 26 coins every 2 days. I did the math. That's about 50% on your coins. So you'd have 1,500 or no, 5,000 extra coins by the end of the year. Let's say it takes the whole year for us to reverse and get back to the prices. Currently, Smart Cash is priced at 8 cents, and the all-time high was $1.95. So there's a lot of room there. They also have smart rewards. So on top of the masternode, if you're just too lazy and don't want to set that up, you can have up to 1,000 coins minimum, and it'll start giving you rewards every month on the 25th day every month. So I'm getting about 200 or 300 masternode or 2 to 300 smart cash rewards a month myself for free. And when the price goes back up to $1.50, $1.95, that's over 1,000% just on the price, and that's not included what you get in returns for just holding the coin in your wallet. So Smart Cash is my pick. It's a great opportunity. I did the math. Low end, you can get the masternode for $850, and that could potentially go to $20,000 with the rewards and the coins given by Smart Cash.
Solid. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
seeing a lot of cool stuff in crypto right now, especially with the master nodes. And if you guys are interested in setting up residual income with crypto, then masternodes is definitely the way to go. Again, hop in our Discord in the show notes section, and you guys can join one of our masternode pools. We're actually giving away a masternode too. You could check out that video on YouTube. We got some more good news though. More good news for miners and I guess video gamers. I'm not sure if you heard, but the GPU prices dumped a little bit. So finally, now that crypto was bleeding, the GPU prices went down. And I guess video gamers can finally get a high-end gaming card for a decent price.
Yeah, I think I saw that as well. You can get cheaper, but I just was never interested into mining. I just don't know. It takes too much time, and I walked into my buddy's basement, and it was like a sauna. Fuck, I don't want that much noise or that much heat. I
Yeah.
really like the proof of stake stuff. You just throw it in a wallet and let it sit there and let it accumulate. And don't bother setting up the mining. You got to set up some programs. You got to make sure it's always running. I really think that mining is it's gonna die once Bitcoin mining's done, and nobody's really focusing on that anymore. Everything's gonna be uh, innovated. There's POS, there's new ways of doing it, masternodes as well, and they're just thinking of new ways all the time. It's crazy what these coders, these young guys, fuck, they're nerds. I wish I could code something crazy like that, but just invest into it, and I'm happy doing that and sharing it with everybody.
Yeah, well, not everybody shares your sentiment. Bitmain, they just did a second round of funding and they raised like 400 million and they've already
Wow.
done a couple billion. So they're obviously they were one of the investors was Sequoia Capital. There's some big funds in there, so people are definitely disagreeing with you. I don't think mining is dead just yet. We'll see. I mean, at the end of the day, it's good and it's bad that these prices are down. We need the miners
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
ensure the
Well,
security of
keep
the
in mind, I
network.
think mining Bitcoin, I think the last Bitcoin will be mined by 2040. So we still have a long way to
That's a
go.
while, man. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. I'm kind of underestimating the timeline, but yeah, we have a long way to go. So
Yeah, the
I
New
don't think it
York
would be dead till then.
New York, in the state of New York, not the city, they actually just approved a new power structure for to pay for the electricity for crypto miners. So they'll actually like it's like a new electricity rate if you are mining crypto that basically allows the miner to
Yeah,
negotiate a contract with the power provider um, to get, I guess, an increased cap of power that they can use to mine.
Well, that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Work your deal with them because
Yeah, because
they
New York
probably
already has really cheap electricity. They have like a lot of hydroelectricity, just like
yeah.
here in Quebec, where I am, we have a lot of cheap electricity, and I know for a fact that they cap you out and they will not approve you to go above the cap, especially if you're mining. So I guess it's very favorable that New York is now creating this new power structure, power rate structure that incentivizes people to miners to come and rent places and take long-term leases and bring their
Yeah.
equipment there and use their abundance of hydroelectricity.
Yeah, yeah, it shows that they're adapting as well. You're right. If I was to do that just on my house, they probably think I'm running a grow up with all the electricity that would be needed. But that is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
They
Um,
they just rolled out too in Quebec where I'm in Montreal right now. They rolled out they didn't do quite what New York is doing because they have a strict cap, especially if you're mining, but they came out with, I guess it's a provisional addendum, or I don't know how it's structured yet, but they basically said that they proposed some new regime where the blockchain companies would actually bid for the electricity and quantify how many jobs are going to be created out of it, and it's like a bidding system. So it's
oh
still
wow.
in the works, but we'll see because I mean the Canadian dollar is significantly lower than the American dollar.
Yep. Yeah.
So that could be favorable as well. I mean, Quebec is right on top of New York State also, so I think they're vying for power there.
Yeah. Every day it gets close. We get closer and closer to making shit happen in crypto. I think there are a lot of other countries as well that are pretty pro on electricity. So if you don't want to go to New York, you can. Was it Russia? I'm just trying to think of the cheapest country
Cheapest country for what?
for mining for the electricity, or Venezuela, I think it was.
No, I have no clue. I have no clue what the cheapest. I'll tell you this though, I don't want my mining equipment in Venezuela though. That's that
Yeah,
country's
that's
in
true.
turmoil, right?
Yeah, yeah. You
But
and your mining equipment will get kidnapped.
oh, you never know, man. Crazy shit's happening there. Just a lot of human rights violations and all sorts of stuff. They tried to launch their coin, didn't work too well. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the miners will go where there's stability and where there's cheap power,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the more the law favors the miners, they can be transparent about what they're doing. That favors the miners for the long term, and I think they'll go wherever they see a future long term, because you don't want to be moving around all your stuff
No,
all the
for
time.
sure. And doing it kind of in a gray zone, like you want to pay for,
Yeah,
you'd rather pay for it to be sound and clear. I would definitely do that too, especially with Bitcoin. You don't want to have to move it, just randomly and kind of screw up all your mining rigs and things like that, and kind of maybe just put a pause to it. You just want to make sure that shit's there, that shit's running, and it's not going to be fucking moved or touched by anybody. And that's basically it.
yeah. And the last little piece of news here: Tether appointed the BMO anti-money laundering manager as chief compliance officer. I had to throw that in there because BMO, Bank of Montreal, is one of the bigger banks here in Canada, and apparently Tether appointed their anti-money laundering manager as chief compliance officer. So that guy's got his work cut out for him for sure.
Yeah, that's great to know. It's crazy that Tether's hiring.
Yeah.
There's so much, conspiracy theories against Tether itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, AML is huge in crypto, and Tether was kind of like leading the way in I guess controversy, you could say, for all the money laundering and the shady stuff, that how much they were printing and
Yeah, and
everything.
pumps. People
Yeah.
thinking all the pumps are because of USDT and all that stuff, and people thinking the whole market's going to crash because of USDT, but it hasn't happened yet. And them hiring him, I don't think. If anything was to happen to Tether, it'd kind of be on his head. You know.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in a big position now. So he
Yeah,
has a
yeah, yeah, yeah.
lot to worry about. Their Tether's been under fire for a little while for pumping Bitcoin and manipulating the price.
Yeah,
That was all during 2017. I haven't really heard too much
much more about
this
them.
year, but I know they have been printing a lot. So
Yeah, yeah. Well, to other people, if you guys could pump Bitcoin to 100K for me, I wouldn't be mad, and the people wouldn't be mad. So,
yeah, yeah. Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
yeah.
But that's about it for today, boys. We'll wrap this one up. You have any closing words? Wow.
Not for this episode. Just stay strong, guys. Bitcoin's doing fucking good right now. It's been doing good yesterday and today. Hopefully, we can see more green tomorrow.
Yeah, keep holding, and we will reconvene next week and see who is right, if Bitcoin is going to be above or below where we are at today. So thanks for listening, guys. We will see you in the next episode.